The Curse of Oak Island preview. The team lands in Portugal to study links with the Templar Knights. This week on The Curse of Oak Island, members of the Fellowship of the Dig travel to Portugal to investigate the links between the Templar Knights and the island. There have long been theories that members of the Templar Knights, a medieval Christian military order, buried ancient religious artifacts such as the Holy Grail and the Ark of the Covenant on Oak Island. And now, the guys think they may have a way to prove it. The Templar Knights were disbanded by the French king in the 14th century, and most of their documents were destroyed. However, last week Oak Island theorist Cristin Moll explained to the team that many of the ex-knights found shelter in Portugal and that the order continued under a different name. Cristin suggested the guys go to Portugal and check out two churches where ancient Templar documents may still be found to see if they can find a mention of Oak Island. In a preview for tonight's episode, Rick Lagina, Doug Crowell, Alex Lagina, and Peter Fornetti fly across the Atlantic to check out the two churches which were once headquarters for the Templars and its successor organization. The team discovers a symbol found on Oak Island. While in one of the churches, Alex spots a symbol that can also be found on the infamous 90-foot stone. This mysterious stone was reportedly found at a depth of 80 to 90 feet in the money pit and is thought to contain an encrypted inscription explaining where to find the treasure. While in Portugal, the guys also took in some research into stone roads. Regular viewers of The Curse of Oak Island may remember historian Carrie DeVoe, who last year told the team that he suspected the cobblestone roadway found in the swamp was built by Portuguese people around the 16th century. DeVoe said that the road was very similar to those constructed in Portugal in the 1500s. In a preview, the guys are seen standing on a cobblestone Portuguese road, which Alex claims could be the blueprint for the one on Oak Island. His uncle Rick says, "This road we're seeing is almost identical." Marty Lagina and Gary Drayton find something big on Oak Island. Meanwhile, back on Oak Island, Marty Lagina and metal detectorist Gary Drayton will be searching for artifacts, and a preview suggests they found something really significant. Gary can be seen jumping for joy as he excitedly shouts, "Oh my God, that's brilliant, that's a trophy find, mate." Marty's response can be best described as "Ryarg," which he yells out with a big grin on his face. The mysteries of Oak Island are taking the Lagina brothers and their team farther from Nova Scotia than ever before, all the way to Europe. In the next episode of The Curse of Oak Island, the treasure hunters land in Portugal to investigate a tantalizing theory that could rewrite everything they thought they knew about the island's elusive treasure. Their mission: follow the trail of the legendary Templar Knights, a powerful religious military order long suspected of having a hand in hiding priceless secrets, perhaps even on Oak Island itself. The episode kicks off with Rick Lagina standing in the shadow of a centuries-old fortress in Tomar, Portugal, where the Knights Templar once held court. Alongside him is archaeologist and Oak Island theorist Doug Crowell, who has long speculated that the island's unusual architecture, especially the infamous stone roadway and flood tunnel system, shares uncanny similarities with medieval European engineering. As the camera pans across ancient stone walls and symbols carved into worn pillars, Doug explains the significance of this location. "This is the headquarters of the Templar Knights," Doug says, gesturing to the towering round church at the heart of the castle. If there's any truth to the theory that the Templars reached the New World before Columbus, the clues may be hidden in plain sight right here. Back on Oak Island, Marty Lagina and Craig Tester are in constant contact with the overseas team, coordinating efforts from the war room. They've just received scans from the Stone Triangle area, which was recently reanalyzed using ground-penetrating radar. A new anomaly has surfaced: a symmetrical cavity deep below the earth, shaped suspiciously like a chamber. As the Portugal crew investigates the origins of Templar symbols and treasure stashing traditions, the Oak Island team prepares to begin drilling toward the mysterious underground space. The team visits a Templar chapel known for its iconic spiral staircase and star-shaped layout. They're accompanied by a local historian, Dr. Catarina Silva, who reveals that some Templar archives mention a voyage to Terra Nova, or New Land, centuries before the official age of exploration began. Even more intriguing are drawings from the 13th century that depict an island with two inlets and a triangular swamp, bearing an eerie resemblance to Oak Island's geography. But the real breakthrough comes when the team explores the Convent of Christ, a UNESCO World Heritage Site. There, Etched into the weathered stone floor is a cross pate, the very same style of cross found carved into Oak Island's Nolan's Cross Formation. Rick is visibly awestruck. "This isn't just coincidence," he murmurs. "This is architecture, symbol, and intention, and it matches what we found at home." Their journey takes them next to the port city of Porto, where ancient shipbuilding yards once outfitted vessels for transatlantic journeys. Here, maritime expert Pedro Morales introduces the team to diagrams of Templar ships, including secret compartments built into the hulls for transporting sacred relics and treasure. "If the Templars came to Oak Island, they didn't come empty-handed," Pedro says, pointing to a map. "And if they left something behind, they made sure it would be hard to find." As the Portuguese sun sets behind them, Rick, Doug, and Dr. Silva gather on the ramparts of a Templar watchtower to reflect on their discoveries. Doug lays out a compelling timeline: the Templars' sudden disbanding in the early 1300s, the mysterious disappearance of their treasure, and a growing body of evidence that survivors fled to secret strongholds, possibly even to the New World. Back on Oak Island, Gary Drayton is not sitting idle. Using a new metal detector calibrated for deeper scanning, he sweeps near the stone roadway recently unearthed at the edge of the swamp. "Bingo!" he shouts, digging feverishly. Within minutes, he holds up a corroded but unmistakable artifact: a medieval ring with an engraved cross. Could be 13th or 14th century. Could be Templar, he muses with excitement. Craig and Marty quickly video call Rick, showing him the find. "We may have just found your Templar connection," Craig says with a grin. The timing couldn't be more perfect. As the Portugal team walks through a monastery archive that evening, Dr. Silva pulls out a dusty ledger dated 1324. Inside are coded entries referencing a vault built beyond the setting sun and a keeper's ring of the order. Could Gary have just uncovered that very ring? The episode ends on a high-stakes cliffhanger. Rick and Doug rush to a Lisbon museum where an encrypted Templar manuscript may finally name the vault referenced across so many theories. Meanwhile, on Oak Island, the drill bit hits something hard at 90 feet. Wood. But not just any wood. Dendrochronology testing will soon reveal whether this wood was cut centuries before the first settlers arrived on Nova Scotia's shores. As night falls, Marty narrates the teaser for the following episode. If the Templars really did make it to Oak Island, we're not just chasing treasure anymore. We're chasing history. From secret voyages to sacred symbols, the Oak Island team's journey into Portugal has unearthed far more than they expected, a potential direct link to the most legendary keepers of treasure and knowledge the world has ever known. As the team inches closer to unraveling the 700-year-old riddle, viewers are left breathless, wondering if the ultimate answer has been hiding across the Atlantic all along. The Templars may have been forced into the shadows, but their secrets are starting to come to light, one clue at a time.